Alright, let's see what these three have to say about how cute it is when Zero eats buns. How cute Zero's buns are, and how cute Zero eating buns are. Both. Both adorable. So good. He was out on patrol, so if he's come back early, then... This seems urgent. Well? Shouldn't you see what's wrong? I've got a bad feeling about this. Forgive me the interruption, but I come with grave news. A horde of Void Scent are approaching from the mountains to the east. Their numbers are beyond anything we've seen. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Oh no, bad news music. What? But Ishtola and the others. Anyone outside of Tertium is in danger. We must find and bring them all here at once. Can we count on your aid, Zero? You just had some really tasty dumplings, so... Zero is having too good of a time and feels too resilient to embracing the memories and things and feelings and compatriots. I've already settled the debt for one question. I'm not obligated to help. What's more, death in this world is absolute. You ask me to put my life on the line. Without suitable payment, I will do no such thing. That's fair. What do we have to offer that might be enough? You're right, Zero. You're not obligated to help, and I wouldn't presume otherwise. Nevertheless, we are in need. Assuming the boots I gave you is worth anything, would you at least be willing to stand watch at this encampment? That way, more of us will be able to go out and see the people to safety. Very well. Unless we come under attack, I'll do no more than stand watch. I dare say Tertium will be safe enough with Zero here. Let us go and find Ishtola and the others and assist with the evacuation. Zero, you were making such progress. We'll see. I think she's still gonna do something selfless. I feel it. I sense it. We saw in the trailer that little snippet of her remembering back to when she was a paladin. Just saying. I'm just saying. I think she goes into the dungeon with you too, which is awesome. Come, we need to find our comrades. Tertium will be fine. Ulyss and his people have weathered far worse. We must make haste to the snowcraft, where our friends and the engineers should be. Given their position, they may soon find themselves at the mercy of the Void Scent. If it comes to it, we must be prepared for battle. I'm ready, don't you worry. How about you, Arden? Upon departing from Tertium, several cutscenes will play! Okay, I'm ready, and a battle time will happen! Sign me up! I'm ready. I'm ready. As we think a little bit about Zero still back there. What is this gonna have in store? Is Zero gonna have a change of heart while we're away? Meanwhile, good boy Ulyss is over there believing.
Report.
Just believing that she's gonna do something. Something good.
Lost contact? When? Void Scent. I'd bet my life on it. Understood. I'll investigate at once. A unit transporting supplies has gone silent en route to Broken Glass. I will go and search for it. Stay here and keep watch. But be ready to answer my call.
You you hiding under the brim of your
If it was
hat?
void sent, you'd be a fool to go alone. They'll find you before you find your men, and then they'll devour you as well.
What you gonna do about that?
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I don't stand a chance, but I can't just abandon them.
I love her little expressions. I feel like they've given her
I
a lot
can't
of
repay you
really
for the bread if
subtle
you're
little
dead.
nuances.
I'll go.
See?
What? No! I couldn't possibly ask you to do that.
I'm far better suited to dealing with void sent. It makes sense. Or do you mean to say you'd rather I stay here because you can't protect this place on your own?
Okay, now you manipulate him a little bit.
Ah.
Beating him at his own game. These two trying to outdo each other.
Fine. Just don't do anything stupid. Promise me.
Go on, go be a good boy. Cute. I wonder if we're gonna play as Zero. Is that what's about to happen? I'm guessing that's what is about to happen right here. Ooh, that's a boys.
Damn these demons!
She's so cool! She's just, you know, like, just look at her!
Return to the camp. Now.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, I don't know what just happened, but I am... Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. We will go. No questions.
Why do you interfere? Of course. You sold your soul to feed.
No, it's called free will. Sorry, I was gonna resist, but I couldn't.
I have taken bread, but my soul is forever mine.
Oh, another killer line from Zero. I also like that because of the play off of the phrase like take bread together. I have taken bread. Like, she can't fill that in herself at the end. You know, she has literally taken bread. But the idea, this is so good, I'm so excited. But the idea of like breaking bread together or taking bread together is also something. Oh, so exciting, and the music is really good! Okay, I have not played Reaper since I told you all that I leveled it at the start. So... Well, we just YOLO, you know what?
A
Communio.
deal.
A little jumpy attack, get up in there, get up in there.
I cannot let you pass.
Oh, she's so good. And we've got our bloodbath that we can use. Nightmare Scythe combo. It's also always interesting to kind of see, like, what they actually do with these. Because when they make this little mini version of the class, I mean, of course, it's not how you actually have your hotbar set up and how everything is kind of, like, ready to go, you know? Little Communio. Do a little leapsy. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of boys! Hold strong, Zero, you can do it! Oh, look away, look away! She's so strong! I think the second one is like your AoE combo, I think. Again, it's been a long time. But a big hot second. Okay, we'll pop that bloodbath again. Thank you for giving me a plentiful bloodbath. Yeah, this is definitely the AoE combo. So we'll do that, since right now, at least, it doesn't seem like we're up against a single boss. We're up against everybody. Meteor Soaker? Meteor soakers. Meteor soakers? Or... yes. Yeah? Yeah. Oh my gosh! Spicy time, spicy time. Okay, now we got one big main boy. Get that bloodbath back on as soon as possible. I'm gonna need that, I'm gonna need that. The music! Such insolence. I will not be denied. He's like Ferdiad. So the voidal hierarchy again here. Popping in. Similar kind of manifestation of creature. Oh boy, they're making me work for this one, huh? Gotta do positioning? Gotta use my gap closer? What is this? Blackout, that's interesting. Wow, that did so much of my health bar! Oh, hang in there, my beautiful butt-eating girl! And now you're mine! He needs a ridiculous voice, right? He needs a ridiculous voice. I believe that. Okay, I'm gonna guess that these go in order of their appearance, so we're gonna do this the best we can. Gosh, do I just not have that much health right now, though. Oh, we took one. Oh, no! I gotta go faster! Can I sprint as her? Or it was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen, I see. At some point. That must have been scripted.
How big must the gate be for their light to come through?
And one of those boys too! We saw him, he was supposedly he's in the mock raids, and he was supposedly a, Forgal. Is it Forgal? That's his name? Who was supposed to be like a void sent mage, but he must have just turned himself into a straight up void sent.
Is this it then?
No. No! No! Don't you just roll over and die, you just ate buns for the first time! There is so much more in this world!
That time.
Like what time?
When light still shone upon the world. When the Contra Memoria still raged.
Flashback time. Flashback time. That's bad boy. Are there four accompanying figures? Oh, look at Zero!
Stand aside if you value your life.
Oh. Or maybe it's not the guy that we saw in the cutscenes, but I thought it was for sure. Or in
We're
those
only
stills.
after women and wine. Darkness can take the rest.
Ah, yuck! Get out! Zero gonna... Well, Zero's gonna
You're not
theoretically...
taking another step towards that village.
Oh.
Stupid girl. You were warned.
They're just brutes that were benefiting off of this war, huh? Or like the forces. I am so curious about all of this, though. Using power in this kind of way. I guess technically the blessing of light did empower us in a sense. And these guys aren't like full-on transforming. I mean, granted, they do look like well-armored, well-skilled, like almost mercenaries more, right? skeleton! She still had her earring. The rest of her outfit is different, but the earring is the same.
And now we can get back to our business.
She tried. This is the music that plays in her realm. I just realized. Oh, baby, baby, no!
Get up! Get up, damn you!
If you had to take another step. Oh, even the claw marks in the ice.
Too weak. I need help. Someone, please.
Oh, I will be here through space and time.
The same mistakes, the same ends. Again and again. What should I? What could I have done?
This time we're gonna be there. I don't know how, but we're gonna have backtracked. We're gonna have found out something. We're gonna go help. We're gonna show up. We're gonna show up. We have to show up. We have to help her. So help me.
Who?
Or maybe Euless came and was back? No, it's us. Oh. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy.
What are you doing here?
We came to help you. Oh, narratives of like, I cried out for help and nobody was there, and then somebody is there for them. It gets me so good. Maybe because there have been points in my life where I had those moments, and I swore to myself, I was like, if I have the power to be there when someone needs me, I always want to be able to do that, because I know how bad it feels to be alone, to desperately need help and have no one be there. And oh, if any of you are in the position, I love you, I see you, oh my gosh, but I love these moments in stories. They get me particularly. Oh.
Y'shtola and Estinian had matters well in hand, so we went where we were needed.
And you needed us. Can you heal her like you would have wood? I guess yes, because you're replenishing ether in a sense, right? So she should be able to even heal herself. I'm having a lot of feelings right now. You're not finished yet, Zero. Let's stand together.
All right.
You tilt that hat! You hide those feelings, but I can see them and I can feel them. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna take a couple screenshots.
This fire in my breast. Let it burn and rage and guide.
Do it! Okay, go, go, go! Coordinate with your, I'm sorry, what was that? Zero. Comrades? Alright, here we go.
Goodness, we're not too late. Can you still fight?
I am playing a DPS on this one though, so I'm gonna have to... Used to largely playing my healer. But Arden just can't be anything except for a red mage. She's so good. I mean, and like a combination of other things maybe too. Okay, these boys are gonna do line, they do line attacks in that other dungeon where they shoot So I'm guessing we need to move. And then it's gonna be 1, and then 2 across the arena.
Just warming up.
No, they didn't vanish right away. Okay, they're gonna come in as ads. Alright, alright, alright.
My strength is spent.
We got you, we got you.
Get in the way.
No, you won't. You don't have to be strong alone. We can be strong together.
Chin up. We'll get through this together.
Alice, you have learned from us. This is so good. I love it too because I think maybe those mechanics are made so that they are like really hard to do alone in that fight. Like you just can't make it around fast enough alone. I think they could have leaned even harder into that, but I love seeing what they did for that because it illustrates the story so well in that sense of like Zero trying to take it all on alone, but knowing that like some things in our lives we cannot handle alone and we shouldn't have to, you know? I will enjoy draining your ether. Watching as the life dims from your eyes. I had my box minimized because I didn't want to get spoilers in shout chat. But we got it back again. Okay. And the hero theme playing. I love it. Trying to help Alphino out over here on this side since we don't necessarily have 2 on this side. Shield time, shield time. Yeah! Flex those sage skills! Ooh, that's a pretty effect. It actually kind of looks like the front of the Paladin shield, at least on the Collector's Edition statue. That little piece that sticks on the front. What is she gonna think that, like, the debt is, a life for a life kind of thing? You don't gotta give your life to us and at some far point in the future if you try to sacrifice yourself for us. Okay, so that's gonna be our onesies. Yeah, we'll, like, stand here for right now. We'll see what happens with the AoEs, but... Oh, okay, we won't stand there for right now. So good! Deep in the fight, deep in the battle mindset. Oh, what am I doing? Oh my gosh, I goofed. I got ahead of myself. If you would deny me my feast, then be gone! To ashes with you! Whew, okay, so now we gotta do these. We don't have a limit break meter. As I scope. Is Zero gonna pull out some cool big move?
I will finish it. Now.
Go for it, we believe in you!
Let's buy her some time.
Okay, so I'm guessing we need to protect her, it looks like. So we need to burn these as we go through. Oh my gosh, I thought for a second Zero's concentration has been broken. Okay, I think we just need to get rid of these guys. Oh, she's got a limit break bar! Well, we all know limit breaks build with the power of your friends and the synergy of your party. Okay, okay, okay. We'll get this one down next. We still have this Taurus we need to deal with. That was a good line. Woo! Woo!
Well done!
So good, so good. I hope at some point in the future they give us some kind of unique limit break in like a... I mean, we get those technically, but like a unique limit break in some kind of fight where, depending on your class, you do some sort of huge, massive, cool thing. We did it! It was a little messy because I was reeling from the moment, but it's still so good. It's still so good. Oh my gosh, that was fantastic. I want to do that like 5 more times and go through everything beat by beat. That was really good though. I like how all the mechanics are kind of designed so that everybody has to participate, and that like the play of the lines where she says like, is this my end? Will this be my end? And then that reversal in the moment where she says like, I am your end. Oh, so good. Loved it. Loved it.
You did well to find me out here.
We're bringing you in from the cold.
We have Euless to thank for that. He was quite worried when he called.
Yeah. There would have been more casualties without you.
No. If it was not for you and the others,
No, you did your part too. We all did this together. We all did this together.
Well, let's not fuss over details. We should return to Tertium. Can you make it that far?
I think so.
Sweet, good, beautiful, pure, amazing, super cool, fantastic. Number 1, 0. Love you. I guess, sorry, no, number 0, I guess, technically.
0, are you alright?
You might be 0, but you're number 1 in my heart.
Well enough. No void scent struck here, did they?
No, and there weren't any more casualties thanks to you.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's like, oh, see, what do we say? No. I wanted to catch her, but that's okay, Euless, you can do it too.
What are you doing?
Helping.
You'll have no debts to repay, if that's what you're worried about.
She is literally just like collapsing where she stands.
If anything, I owe you a week's worth of boots.
Boots. Boots, maybe with like a bit more of a DZ. The little tiny smirk smile. It's good. Smirk is one of my favorite expression emotes for Arden. I do it like almost every picture. An unforeseen bargain. Oh, bringing her into the... I'm guessing she's gonna show up here. Nobody's showing up right now. Bringing her into these trains where they cared for so many other people. Oh, it's so very good. It's just so very good. Oh my gosh. This patch cycle, the whole 6.x series, has just so surpassed, I think, even what I hoped for. I'm sure it's probably not resonated for everybody. I mean, people might have had a lot of thoughts on where they wanted to go after this, but for me, my thought was just, hey, if it is baseline good, if it is interesting enough, and not super, super slow, and not super padded out, and not, you know, just like little dinky tiny bits, if it's something that gets decent momentum and gets us interested in something, even if it's not, you know, the most revolutionary thing ever, then I'll be good. But it has so far exceeded that. I mean, just so much nuance, and the writing is so fantastic, and especially because they aren't, I mean, like 5.3, for example, which is my other favorite patch that I've talked about, and you can watch me just sob for a million years here on YouTube as I play through it. I think it was actually the very first, one of the first patches that we ever uploaded here when I started doing my actual playthroughs on YouTube to be able to archive them as opposed to live streaming them or doing them myself off stream. I wish I had all of my full playthrough of the game, but we might have something trying to come in to fill in the gaps, even though it won't be my first reactions in the future. Maybe. We'll see. I've got some thoughts. I've got some plans. But it was such an amazing patch, but it also had all of the structure of Shadowbringers behind it to really uplift it and then really create, I think, the perfect setup for the emotional absolute annihilation that was 5.3, even though, of course, Elidibus kind of came in and, you know, he wasn't a huge part of a lot of other stuff in the game. So that was basically storytelling from scratch. But in so many other ways, 5.3 had the support structure and narrative setup, the incredible build-up that was Shadowbringers. This, coming off of a 10-year story arc, and not only that, but one of the absolute longest, most intense, most emotionally fatiguing, but in the best, cathartic, I guess, more of like a cathartic release. But I think it did wear people out, you know? You get so exhausted. You've built up 10 years to this, no matter how long you've been playing the game. That narrative has built up that many years. Endwalker was a huge thing, so to follow that with a story that I've found so interesting, with characters that are so well done, with a sense of finishing things up but not being held back by that, with all this incredible forward momentum and these great fights, and just like, it's more than I could have hoped for. And somehow, even with it being something that was highly expected, like going to the Void, dealing with the Void, it doesn't feel like, oh, it's just them doing the thing that everybody thought they would do. It doesn't feel like that to me. And maybe it will to some people, but to me, the fresh perspective, the lore, the ways they've expanded the world, the style, their own maturity in writing and creating an MMO at this point, because they've had so many years to really grow into it. It's all shining so much, and it makes even the Void feel fresh to me. And I think that's a huge testament, like, to their hard work. That's so wonderful to see and get to experience, because I don't just feel like, oh, I guess I'll just wade through the patch, which sometimes patches, I always enjoy the story, don't get me wrong. Story's one of my favorite parts of this game, but sometimes, you know what I mean? You get through the patch and the story content, and you're like, okay, well, they're still kind of treading water until the expansion, and they don't want to give too much away, so, like, we had, like, one really cool thing. But, honestly, I treasure every single moment of the 6.x series. I love all the scenes. They all feel like they are a part of this bigger thing, and I just love it so much. I'm gonna stop rambling now, but I just love it so much. For a mercy, there appears to have been no casualties in Tertium or elsewhere. Got anybody else, like, right here that we can... they're inside! Oh, she's doing a little lay down again. Okay, coming out of winter and a little bit of winter funk, I do resonate deeply with Zero. I too emerge from my slumber, from my lay down time, do some kind of heroic feat, even if that heroic feat is just doing laundry, and then once again must be returned to my bed. Because I don't got the energy for nothing else. Somebody hand me an apple. Somebody send me a million dumplings. And then maybe I'll tackle the next thing I need to do. I've also received word that the transport arrived safely at Camp Broken Glass. They send their thanks to the woman in black. I'm fine. I just need to rest. And they put her scythe and her hat. The details are so good. They're so good. Making sure that her gear isn't just vanishing into nowhere. Zero is convalescing aboard the train. Ulysses has already given her something to eat, so I suppose all we can do is wait. I can't help but wonder, though, what possessed her to go and fight all those void scent on her own? Not that I know the going rate for such things, but I doubt 1 boots would suffice. I think someone has been a bad influence on her. Oh, I'm just joking. Or am I? In any case, many people owe her their lives. I'll be sure to thank her when she's back on her feet. We don't really need any of these. We'll grab whatever. Next main scenario quest, question mark, question mark, question mark. I feel like every single time I look over and then I get surprised, like, it doesn't have a name? And it's like, of course, Rook, they do this every time to build suspense. This is not new. This is not revolutionary. Every time, Rook. Every time. Okay. All right, we should be set. Thank goodness we found Zero, and we did. As Alice said, many people owe Zero their lives. This is not her world, nor her battle to fight, yet she risked life and limb for us nonetheless. That will not soon be forgotten. Now then, I expect that our friends will return soon. Once everyone has gathered, we can take stock of the situation. Perhaps you should have a rest too. Nah. I'm gonna tell everybody else, self-care is important. Take care of yourselves. You can't do anything alone. And then, as I think all of us are wont to do, you turn around and do exactly the opposite. Don't be like that. I have to remind myself to do that too sometimes. I'm like, don't, hey, no. Okay, should not be much longer. All right, I don't think they probably have anything new, so let's wait. You feel better? You have more? You have more boots? Apologies for the delay. I finished replenishing my ether. Full glad am I to hear it. We must thank you again, Zero. Indeed, many are still alive because of you. Those soldiers not least of all. It's gonna be my go-to move now whenever I have emotions that I don't know how to process. I'm gonna need, like, for the next expansion, I'm gonna need a whole Zero hat so that anytime I can just be like... just hide it, you know? How fared you? Better than I did by all accounts. We had to contend with our fair share of void sent en route to the snowcraft, but we had the benefit of numbers. With their help, we quickly dispatched all the void scents that came our way. Thankfully, they stayed dead in our world. We were trying to decide what to do next when we received word about the transport. Which is how Alice Arden and I came to find you. While the immediate threat has been addressed, we cannot rest easy yet. For void scent to appear in such numbers, we must assume that a void gate has indeed been opened nearby. Meaning more of them can come through at their leisure. It seems the best course of action to investigate Lapis Manalis as you intend. What is the state of the snowcraft? Nearly operational, I believe. Vitra is with the engineer, who is hard at work as we speak. Why don't we join them in Cerulean Ingens? Finally! A chance to go on the offensive! Yeah, that's what I thought. Not being stinky. Okay, I think this is a meme from something else, but one of my former static members used to always go, uh-oh, stinky. And now Bebop and I use it for literally everything. Like if our little gremlin boy, our little cat, Sanka, who sometimes is the sweetest little baby angel boy, and then sometimes is the stinkiest little gremlin hobgoblin monster. And so sometimes if he gets that look in his eyes that cats get where you know all bets are off and it's stinky gremlin hour, we'll now just look at each other and go, uh-oh, stinky. So I feel like a lot of that with, you have moments with Zero where all you could do is be like, is it gonna be good boy hour or is it gonna be stinky boy hour? We all know all of it is good boy in the end, but what's the mood? What's the feeling? It's not stinky boy hour. I would join you as well. I wouldn't dream of refusing you. But what did you have in mind for payment? Payment won't be necessary. I will do this because I want to. You have kindled something within me. A compulsion, a desire to act that has been burning since you came to my aid out in the snow. I do not understand it, but I wish to. And to that end, I will heed it. Then, perhaps, I'll understand your answer. I'm sorry. Keep it to myself. I'm gonna hide that joy so nobody can see that I have feelings. I would also like to join you in tracing the void sent to their origin, though that would mean neglecting my duties here. Don't worry about us. Between my people and the contingent, we can keep things running well enough. Just find where the void scent are coming from and see that they stop. Take care, Zero. I will. I will take care of you. Too. We will also do it. We will. Okay. We have to be getting close to the dungeon. You can always... Uh-oh, stinky! No, I'm kidding. I just like how you can always tell my own, like, I get to a certain point in the story where I get, like, really excited because I know I'm like, oh, wait. Soon, right? Soon we're gonna get the dungeon. I just love dungeons. I don't think there are almost any other people in this world that love dungeons like I love dungeons. Maybe you can tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Maybe you can tell me. I love dungeons, and I get so excited for them. I get like antsy, fidgety for them as I go through the story. I want to savor and enjoy all of the story, every second of it. But I get, you get around that point where you're like, okay, about how long has it been? It's dungeon time. I think soon, dungeon time. I think. I'm feeling it. And then I get really excited. King of the Mountain is what this one is called. Interesting. Something that lives in the mountain? Source of the ceruleum? No. I feel like at this point, it seems to me like ceruleum is just a natural resource, albeit one that has great power, but like oil, right? I don't think it's something like Dragon Age style lore where there are actual giant entities that create this or bleed it into the land or anything. But it is interesting that this is all taking place here on top of a huge ceruleum deposit. And maybe ceruleum has some connection to the void that we don't know about at this point. I have no idea, but I feel like maybe it's more likely that there's just some sort of big void scent that's under there that we have to kill, or that's coming through with a horde, or might be part of the plan that's happening, right? We'll see. To have to go to such lengths to traverse a single mountain. The people of this land do not have easy lives. Mammoth is an apt name for the craft. Its prodigious size made defending it difficult, but it came through unscathed. For the sake of our friends, I pray we succeed in our mission. The Void Gate is of course our main objective, but if we can also find useful salvage, then all the better. I'm glad the engineer is safe. I'd never forgive myself if something had happened to him on our account. Vitra insisted on staying behind to guard the snowcraft. He's anxious to get up that mountain, and understandably so. 'Tis good to see you all safe and well. The craft stands ready, I am pleased to say. Our engineer friend has worked tirelessly, his zeal a match for any alchemist. Can you actually see the ship? Or is it like underground? Maybe it's underground. Like down in the crack. Like wedged down in a crack down here. We'll see. Maybe it's just gonna fly in. I bet you it's gonna fly in. Or maybe it flies us into the dungeon. There you are. Your timing couldn't be better. Thanks to Varshan's help, I've managed to finish the repairs faster than I anticipated. The mammoth's ready for the snow once more. You can leave the pilot in to me, too. It'd be my pleasure to get you where you need to go. You are too kind. Thank you. Let's be on our way then, shall we? The only problem is now I've got too many people for a light party. Who am I taking in? Yeah, trust in that little flame. Trust in that little burning flame to do good in your heart, to feel things, to be mortal once more in some sense. It is dungeon time. That's right. That's right, it is. Okay. So, oh, there's too many people. There's too many people. I want to take everybody. I'll have to take everybody in various iterations. Small talk. As we hopefully demonstrated, we're still capable of holding our own in battle, which is to say, please don't hesitate to rely on us. When we find whoever's responsible for unleashing the Void Scent, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. If there is indeed a Void Gate, then there will be Void Scent, and not merely lesser ones. Be on your guard for all manner of threats. Once aboard the Mammoth, we will all need to change into attire more suitable for combat. It can be no coincidence that a Void Gate had opened where Vitra sensed his sister. In all likelihood, something is in the offing, and we must be prepared. I don't make a habit of fighting atop Magitech, but it shouldn't be any more difficult than doing so astride a dragon. I welcome the change of pace. Come, Arden, let us find the truth of my sister's aura. Ah, but who are we gonna take? Zero and Varshan, I feel like are lock-ins for me. So that leaves us only with a healer. So I guess that does it. I guess technically that does it then. That leaves us only with a healer, unless I want to swap healsies and bring Alice as our other DPS. Because I feel bad that we didn't bring her with the other adventure, you know what I mean? I mean, it's fine. They're all gonna show up on the other side of it anyway. It's not the end of the world. Fine. Okay, alright. Let's form a party. We're gonna bring this party. Yes, this party. I was like, wait? Yes. This is the one that we're gonna bring. And I'll have to experiment with other stuff at some point, but they already filled it in. This is our group and we're gonna go for it. Okay. No, this will be
a pleasure as always.
Okay. And then we're gonna register for duty. Sorry, Alice. If you had a heal, I would bring you. I would bring you. And let me get my box squared away here so that I can make sure I catch our dialogue in case there's anything that I miss. For our first run of the new dungeon. I mean, they showed some of the bosses, but they didn't show us too much of the actual environments as far as I remember in the trailer stuff or in some of the other things leading up to it. So I feel like there could be an interesting surprise in this. And I'm ready for it. Also, I wonder if the graphical update is gonna massively help the textures on large land masses in the game, like the mountains. They're one of the few places that I really feel like you can see some of the, like, older graphics. Okay, they showed us this. So we're probably gonna fight on this platform for a bit at the start? which is pretty fun. This is kind of like the mammoth. It did show! It showed my picture! Sorry, I got really excited. So it looks like it'll just flash really fast. I wonder if, for other things, if they'll, like, leave it up a little bit longer. I love that, though. That's so good.
Out of my way!
Alright, Dream Team, we got this! We've got, oh, like the, reverse version. Because I think, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Pazuzu obviously comes from, Eureka, but I thought there was a, like, Phoenix-y style hunt mark down in the tunnels that might also share a similar name. I don't remember. But these are almost like the opposite. Caladrius maturus. They're like the ice aspected version of that bird, as opposed to the fire aspected. So one is the mature, the adult, and these are the fledglings, it looks like, with the names. Doing some rough translation in the field. So far it's just been, as far as I can tell, trees that we've gone past. I'd still love to get to see more of Garlemald at some point. Hey, it's a griffin! We see a similar, now we're getting something different, Oh, you can see it like off in the distance, but you can see the mountain range up through it, huh? I was thinking of the griffin in the dungeon, one of the first dungeons that you get in Heavensward, the one with all the zombies that at the end has the griffin fight. So we do know that the griffins roost in cold climes, and they aren't just necessarily native to Girabania, although they ended up becoming a big part of the culture that the sorry. It's hard to both talk and to also do a fight. But we've seen that they aren't just specific to, of course right now my brain is going to completely fart on me. Where Raban is from, Raban's homeland. You all know exactly what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about, but right now my brain has decided to leave as I process everything that's happening. Okay, so we can see the snowstorm behind us. You know what, let's really get in here, We've just seen so little of Garlemald and these upper regions. It's pretty though. I like the frozen waterfall, that's cool. Very cool, very cool. Okay. Alamigo. Got it! Every time. Oh, I can't go down there. Thought maybe there'd be like, you know, a hidden secret like they always put in dungeons. You can see literally the way the wind has blown. Ooh, the flags that are sort of fluttering down there, or the banners, huh? Okay. Let us continue on.
There.
Sometimes I have to click, I have to keyboard click, or I have to mouse and keyboard duo combo, with my, hold on, this is the, yeah, okay. With my setup for Red Mage and my handy dandy wrist brace. You know, my super cool gamer gear that I have makes it very clunky to reach some of my other keybinds. Actually, I don't think it's that bad of an idea to bring in a DPS for some of these with trusts, because at least then you have one person in the party who's doing AoE damage. So, not so bad. Oh, right. I think it's actually just 8. It's been a hot second. I've been raiding and everything over on my healer, and I normally play a lot of healer. Okay. Oh, that is the right way to go. This tree is blocking the path, but we see it's kind of like stone archway and stuff beyond it. I love that you can see the palace, that horrible, horrific thing in the background. See how, like, massive it is in the landscape, even.
There!
I know somebody mentioned in the comments recently about some of the equipment stuff that they've used to help with arm pain. I was just thinking about this. Like an ergonomic mouse and keyboard. And can I just say, yes, 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 yes. I was honestly so glad that you left that comment because it was like massive for me in even being able to play games anymore, because I got to a point with my arm pain where I had to like drastically, I have ulnar neuritis for anyone who doesn't know, which is like an aggravation, a continual aggravation. It seems like it'll never go away at this point, which is kind of a bummer, of my ulnar nerves in my arms when I do specific, like, things. Unfortunately, though, it's just, like, basically everything relating to technology that I use every day, so computers, holding my cell phone, all that kind of stuff aggravates it. Everything does. So I had to make some changes, and I honestly wish I had made them way sooner. Like, if any of you are out there and you have even like a little bit of hand or wrist or arm pain when you play games or when you're on your phone a lot or stuff like that, start looking into it sooner rather than later, because I think you can save your butt a lot of suffering, a lot of discomfort and pain down the road. But those were really actually massively helpful for me in getting things set up with my setup so that it didn't aggravate it further. And it still wears on it, like if I do it for long hours or I don't take enough breaks, and you know, but it doesn't like make it so that I'm literally on a countdown of how many minutes I can play, you know, which is really nice. Okay, first boss. He like a big yeti, but he have a camel hump. Which I actually think, I don't know of any animals right off the top of my head that I can think of with this, but I do actually think that some animals in cold climates, much like deserts, also have that because they have to be able to store hydration in their bodies. Okay, and we also had some dialogue, so let me catch that really quick. We had a couple dialogues. Okay. Varshan just said, "Come, Arden, let us find the truth of my sister's aura." It's amazing that dragons can sense one another even across such vast distances. That just like literally by, maybe because of the close bond they share too as well, and growing up so near each other's ether. It also, I think, makes it all the more poignant why Ratatosker's loss would be— What? It's a snow stampede! But why Ratatosker's loss would be that much more acute if you are literally used to an entity, and like a mostly immortal entity, whose presence you literally feel with you at all times in your brood and that you were close to then lose that completely. Oh my gosh. There was a really terrible thing that they did. Okay, whoop. Whoop. So we're gonna get some slams. We got a right slam. We've got that great reversal with the direction where he's like facing not the same way, so then you have to like figure it out in your mind. Speaking of which, Omega Ultimate's bound to be fun, huh? Starbird Larbird for days! Okay, so he picked that up. It exploded. Whoop, and then that puts that down. I'm guessing we need to hide behind ice for this? Yep, they're behind ice. So we should hopefully be okay over here.
I am of the first brood!
Okay. Left slam. Oh, I'm on the slam side! Come on, air slam! Oh my gosh! And this? Okay. They're gonna go by, and then we're gonna need to scoot out of the way again, and he's gonna do left slam again, so we need to move over here, and we need to get on the southern part of the arena. Whoo! Alright! That's a tank buster. He's gonna tear that one up. So I'm guessing you probably don't want to drop your AoE puddles on any of the ice cubes or it causes problem. That's my guess. That's my guess. Can I do this? Is this gonna be so cheeky? Oh, okay. Alright, it was cheeky, it was cheeky, it was pretty cheeky. I was trying to get the last of my combo off without having to backflip, but here we are.
I am of the first brood.
There!
This is fun. Not like too wildly complex, but still definitely enjoyable. And you can see where the stampede's gonna start. Call of the Wild, I love it. I think? Yeah, because the snow kind of comes out from between the trees on those sides. Okay, well. Alright. That one's done. Manali's Helm of Striking. Now what does this look like? That's my next question. Oh! Nike! Oh, interesting. Interesting. It's very sleek. I wonder what the rest of the set looks like. The little ears are good. They kind of remind me of like Anubis ears, but they're a little bit too narrow maybe. But they kind of have like a similar, or like the Hellhounds. They kind of have a bit of that look in game. Okay, so that'll lead us to the next section. I don't see anything over here that looks like too noteworthy. I guess onwards we go. So far, nobody else has had any additional dialogue. As far as I can tell. No, they have! Oh, it's just not showing up in that tab. Okay, hold on. So, we had... When we first made it to the dungeon, Zero said, "White, as far as the eye can see." And then we had Varshan, "If this beast would bar our path." And Zero says, "A simple enough task." And then after that boss, Varshan, "Come, let us press onward." So nothing like too intense. Alphino says, as we enter in here, "So this is Lapis Manalis." Is there another way I can say this? Let me see. No, we'll do this. Okay. We're fine. Sorry. I always try to capture the dialogue because in the moment, I don't always like see it because I'm looking at other things on the screen, so. And back out we go. And then we're gonna do our Rosenado. So pretty, I love it. Okay, might as well. Get out!
Out of my way!
I feel like Red Mage's AoE transitions could maybe, or like the AoE rotation could be messed with at some point, because it definitely feels kind of clunky going for the AoE over the single target with Red Mage. Like it just doesn't, like they fleshed out so many of the other classes' AoE rotations with coming into Endwalker, and they've, you know, tried to, I think, add a little bit in, but it feels like for me Red Mage still maybe could use a little bit of that. Not like it's you know, wild. Not like any of the AoE rotations or some massively different, totally world-changing thing, but... Rock of Albus. Albus, I believe, is a name that also has meanings correlated to white, because like Albion has meanings that relate to white, so that Alb, I think, has something to do with it, but I'm not sure how that actually breaks down fully. Oh, so this was once a village. Is still a village? The buildings don't look completely destroyed. 0. The presence of wood scent permeates this place. Some of the buildings are destroyed. Okay, so maybe it is long abandoned. Interesting, though, that they have underground cities. It makes sense given the climate and things like that. Oh, I can't go up on the steps. I was gonna try and, like, peer in. I mean, looks like just people stuff. Cabinet. Nothing else too radical that I see. They have mammoths down here, though. No. Oh, no. Wait. No. What? Wait. What? Tiny angry dolls? What are these? Did he just say something about training? Maybe for training Reapers? I wonder if you get any unique dialogue if you come into this dungeon as a Reaper. That would be really interesting. Maybe they are void set possessed mammoths. I could see that. Like they use them for training or something. We've seen people use
Out of my way.
use various entities and resources at their disposal in wilder ways in 14. I still think there must be something here that was like a natural, like some sort of portal between the worlds or place where like they decided to use them as a natural resource because they were so close almost. And because they had that like close-up perspective or study of them. Dated records. The assaults from outside tribes have markedly increased of late. The Geraldines proved an especially barbarous thorn in our sides. Their nigh ceaseless pillaging, no doubt an effort to hoard supplies in preparation for the coming winter. No longer able to tolerate the damages suffered by these incursions, the Senate issued an order for their king's assassination, and we Reapers were asked to ready our blades. With 3 of her fellows in tow, Galatea set out under cover of night and infiltrated the enemy fortress. Their mission was a great success, which soon put the enemy to rout. Galatea, who is that? New figure of legend to be excited about. If she is the Reaper trainer, I haven't done all those quests yet. Please don't yell at me. I'm very fragile. I just haven't done them yet. Emperor Solus is convinced this Magitech will spark a revolution in warfare as we know it. And as he devotes further resources to its advancement, our arts continue to fall out of favor. I fear the age of the Reaper has come to an end. After all our forebears have sacrificed for the good of the Empire, the blood spilled, the lives lost, they would dare deem us relics of a bygone era. Indeed, they believe the future lies with their Reaper battle armor. That's interesting lore. Those, like, the super fancy armor sets that they wear that seem to almost have some kind of, like, empowering aspect were named after Reapers. That's cool. Trainee warning notice. Aspirants are reminded not to approach the figures of the Pale Harvest without express permission. They should be treated with no less reverence than Galatea herself, and are hardly less dangerous. Only those who have successfully forged a pact with an avatar may spar with the Galatea Parva. They will serve to refine one's use of invocations and tactical coordination. The Galatea Magna, however, is reserved for those who are able to serve as a host to their avatar. This periculous mannequin is designed... Yes, I think that was right. Is designed to push a Reaper to their limits, if not beyond them. Learn to walk in death's shadow, and you shall know no fear. So Galatea appears to be not a person, but a thing, a type of thing, like a type of mammoth? Galatea parva. Interesting. But then, hold on, let me go back really quick. What was the context with this? They sent a Galatea out? So it wasn't a person, it was a mammoth like this? Souvenir blades. With 3 of her fellows in tow, Galatea set out under cover of night. Well, we'll see. Interesting. We'll see. I think we might get some more as we go through here. The Reaper logo! Very cool. Okay, I don't see anything else there. We read those entries. We got a treasure chest. Okay, let's do this. It would be really cool if they decided to, I mean, even keep expanding these kinds of things more, like we were talking about, because we don't have like role quests, well, job quests, I guess I should say, specific job quests anymore. So to have something where we actually do get more lore about these classes, or about how even we use these classes, would be fun in some way, shape, or form. And I think this is a great way to do that, honestly. Have this significant location that ties into history, but is also part of the actual momentum of where you're going and what you're doing in the story currently. So you don't have to like sidetrack or do an entire other thing outside of it. Okay. Oh, we'll get in there soon. So these must have Void Scent in them. But the like hierarchy of Void Scent, or the power of them, must be within like certain tiers, right? I wonder if how you almost adapt your body to being able to have and control a Void Scent has something to do with even how they ward or create or inscribe or whatever they do magically, ethereally perhaps, to make these dolls obedient to Void Scent? You know what I mean? Maybe it's as well the terms of the pact that's forged with the Void Scent themselves that create certain limitations. I'm deep now in like Reaper thoughts, but I wonder if, you know, with the Reaper arts, if there is like a whole really elaborate thing you have to do as well to protect yourself as somebody who controls an avatar of Void Scent, as opposed to being possessed and controlled by one. There must be a lot of ways that they like teach you about the specifics of creating a pact and what limitations and all kinds of things, so that it would be kind of an undertaking and part of that big process. Okay. Maintenance of the Galatea must be handled with the utmost care. The delicate art of their making has long since been lost, making repairs difficult and reproduction all but impossible. The knowledge was kept secret, passed down to those who would inherit the position of Master Dollmaker. That is, until one man chose to break the tradition. Puppet Master? Is this a foreshadowing of Puppet Master? He claimed to be leaving on a journey in pursuit of an unparalleled beauty, but we never learned the truth of it. The only thing that is certain is the art of our forebears left with him. To me, that seems like setup for something like Puppet Master. An equivalent of, right? So this is the big one that they told everybody not to fight unless you were of a certain ranking. And is also the boss that we got to see previewed. Oh, whoa, it does a quick flip. Okay. Do all of her attacks do some kind of deceptive reflection? Soul Nebula. Yeah, that's cool though. So she put rifts around and they're gonna go off in a specific order. She's gonna teleport to them. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. 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 She's gonna teleport to them and do an X attack out of that. Is the end of that statement that I was saying. And then these we saw previously, so they are soaks. And lookaways.
I am of the first
That concludes your basic training. Commencing advanced training regimen. Okay, well, no, wait. Okay, soul scythe again. Soul nebula. Lots of talk about the soul. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Well, everybody moved to 3, so I'm guessing 3 is where it's at. 1, 2, and then move 3, and then we should be safe here because it'll do a slice. Okay, all right. Remember, you must hone your skills daily. It will be the key to your survival. Way. This one has some fun mechanics in it. Waning. Okay, so waxing or waning, I bet. Right? No! Dang it! I just had to scratch my head right then.
That's far enough.
out of my way.
But, okay, she doesn't do one at her first location? No, okay. 2. Up! 3! Thanks, Alphino! I appreciate you! Glassy-eyed. Become another of Galatea's puppets. When this effect expires, body will be possessed and unleash a petrifying attack in all directions. Okay, so it's the exact same thing. It's just that that's just like the debuff that creates the petrify effect afterwards. I just hadn't noticed it before. Okay, let me double check. Let me double check and go back through here. I want to look at what we have here. Okay, as far as dialogue went during that, because I think I missed some of it. Okay, we did that one. We got Varshan, magic puppets here. Galatea, we did those lines where she was talking about commencing basic training regimen. Crack, your time to completion will be recorded. And then we have Galatea Magna. Leave no openings. Your strikes must be quick and decisive. We had the conclude your basic training, advanced training regimen began. And then she also said, remain calm and collected, no matter your circumstances. And then we got the survival line. Okay, and then at the very end she said, Creed. Regimen complete. An equal to Drusilla. Extraordinary. Drusilla is the Reaper trainer, I think, right? And then afterwards Varshan says, come, let us make haste. Oh, ah! Okay, no, she's back. Okay. I just wanted to try and get a closer look. Very creepy, very puppet-like. Alright, okay. Well, yeah, this is a little, it's a little intense up close. A little spoopy up close. Let's look at the Sabatons. Oh, Interesting. Okay. Not dieable. There's a strong kind of classic Final Fantasy feel to it. Okay, let's keep going. Further in we go, further in. It's not like it's the first time that's happened, but it did actually genuinely surprise me. Oh, we are deep down, huh? And things must be warmer here because look, the water's flowing. It's not all frozen. Well, that was a little whoopsie doodles. We've got some snakes and some crabbies. No shiny one, grab that aggro, my man. You know, just some trash, little bits of trash around. I did like that last boss though. I think some of the mechanics, I'll get them next time. I'll get them through next time, but some of them do just have a little bit of like a change of expectation. And then once you kind of figure out what's going on, it's like, oh, okay, cool. It doesn't feel completely like, you know, like you just rolled your face on the keyboard and you win kind of thing. There's definitely a little bit there that keeps it like interesting and memorable fight. Visitant Satana. Void sand that came through the hole.
Too slow.
Oh, why not? We'll do a little leapsy in right now. I'll do a little leapsy out. Zero really is feeling that fire. She's going for it. So these ones do like a little bit of a puddle follow-up. Chase you around a little bit.
There! There!
Whee! I mean, Red Mage do got that flare though. Okay, we got some more materia. So now we are getting really deep down in here, which is interesting. These kind of like jagged spires, and the way that ceruleum literally like runs molten over them is very fascinating. It does feel a lot in regards to that kind of like those jagged juts, right? Feels a lot like the landscape that we saw with like the Draconic homeworld, where there are those like, it's just, I don't know, very sharp and pointy, jagged and pointy. It's interesting that this is inside, down below the surface, here on the star.
This will hurt.
But why would there be, like, all the way down here, a void set portal? Unless they, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's not like up in the village where they would have actively been using it, it doesn't seem like.
Out of my way.
You cannot stop us!
Okay. Alright, come on, monk. Time to go down. Varshan says, Ashdaya, I sense she is close. Oh, I really hope that she's not, like, just a void scent down here that we're gonna have to super murder. Also, whoa! It's very much burning in here! Whoa! Way! Is this its, like, constant natural state under the surface? I mean, I guess we know that in our own planet there is, like, a molten core, right? Or, like, it does get hot. But it's interesting that down here it'd be burning like this. Oh, it did not trigger what I needed it to. There we go. Move out of the way, move out of the way.
Out of my way.
This has been a cool dungeon so far. I like the lore. I like the way that they integrated it in and how they like used it as part of the I mean, stuff that we know about the region, as well as giving us that sense of wrap up with everything else that's been happening here in this zone, because it definitely felt like coming out of Endwalker that while we did get, I mean, we got a fair amount set in Garlemald, but it also still felt like we had barely scratched the surface, no pun intended, but it did feel like that. So to get some extra stuff kind of set here and to flesh some things out, including the whole Reaper tradition and or tidbits connecting how Xenos and Fandaniel even pursued him becoming a Reaper, and those sorts of things that we just didn't get to see in the original, like in the core game, but that they must have been anticipating to explore here. Definitely makes it feel like the suspense on that front, or the lack of information on that front, you know, was planned and measured. That box does look like a square where a dragon fight could happen. I'm getting flashbacks to the Omega Midgard Stormer fight. That's a pretty intense void rift. Oh, okay, no, it's not her.
All shall cower before the might of Archfiend Kanyatso!
That's Kanyatso? He look like that? I've never seen. Why is he wearing little booty shorts? I did not expect him to look like this. I don't know what I was expecting. I'm sure he looks like his design, or like one of the iterations of his design. That's so interesting. So they are doing another dungeon for Fiend, which would leave Fireman for our trial this patch, which would then leave us Golbez other trial, I'm guessing. I wonder how especially fans of 4 feel about 2 of these bosses being relegated to dungeon bosses. I personally don't feel like I've been really upset. I think the fights and everything have still been really memorable, but I know for a lot of folks who like loved 4 and have really been waiting for this set of bosses, I wonder if it feels like maybe that detracted from it some. I don't know. I honestly have no idea actually, but interesting. We'll see how this fight is. Let's get into it ourselves and let's give it a go. He's supposed to use water. Yeah. Oh, he's got a little tail. Oh, that's cute. I kind of get like turtle vibes a little bit, but not. Well, yeah, more turtle vibes now. Stygian Deluge, we've seen those before with that other the turtle matron boss, the Sahagan matron boss. Okay, he's making water balls. Okay. They appeared in different sequence, so I'm guessing they're gonna explode in a pattern. And then we just slam at the end. Okay. Okay.
Drink deep of blackest terror.
Oh, buddy, I was going to attack on you. Oh, it's the zoomies. Oh, zoomies, no. It's doing like a little turtle shell explode. That's very good. Oh, that's funny. He just like jetted water out of his little leg holes in what would be the equivalent of a shell or his kind of carapace there.
You really must try harder.
I do like the voice actor for him though. That's fun. Oh right. This happened to me in the other dungeon too. That I just expect them to move to me and then they don't. Or I go center because usually in a lot of content people will go center for stacks if you can, because it usually makes it like the most equidistant for everybody, whether they're a ranged or a melee player. So I'm so used to getting one of those like stacks and then just standing still as much as possible and moving like centrally. Okay, so this is like our Ifrit spikes. I assume he's probably gonna pull them in and power up an attack or something if we don't get rid of them this phase, so let's, I don't know, get rid of them this phase.
No more games.
Byakko? Was that intentional, or is that just something he actually says in his original fight? And that like Byakko maybe was emulating or something. Also, thank you to everybody who did confirm that the dungeon music is a remake of 4 music. It was very good to hear. I am gonna have to play the game at some point for sure, for sure.
Out of my way.
Oh, okay, we've got balls. Oh, they make, I see, cones. They stay on you though. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh no, 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 no. This is an interesting little mechanic. To keep you tethered through that so that you have to stay aware of how you're moving. Interesting, interesting.
Good, good.
The freaking flood.
Hydraulic rain. I like that's what it's called. This move feels so like classic JRPG. Pull your little leggies in and spin around as fast as possible. It just really does.
Why are you still alive?
He's got kind of like a turtle dog wombo combo that he's rocking.
Out of my way.
Okay, summoning more water. That was the first. Oh, they get bigger over time. That's fun. That's a cool animation detail. Run! Oh, there's a knockback! Oh! Okay, so this is that tether time again. So we'll take ours out to the corner wall, or I'll drag it through the entire center of the arena and cause suffering for everyone. Oh my gosh, it continues, it continues. Okay, Tank Buster going out on Varshan.
Not far enough.
It's nice that all of his boss fight has been voiced, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, maybe it's Ram? I said Rain earlier. Or maybe they have a slight variation or difference. No, it must be Ram. Oh, I didn't take damage from that. Totally my plan all along. Easy. Okay, alright, well I guess that was Kanyatso. Are we gonna seal him now? Oh, he did. Okay, alright, his design is kind of growing on me. It's not necessarily what I expected. I don't know what I thought. I guess I thought he would be He's water aspected, but I guess I thought he might be more humanoid, like Barbaricia was. I thought like maybe he would have accents and stuff to make him look kind of like, you know, water aspected, fishy, aquatic, that kind of thing. But I wasn't expecting that he was gonna be so like animalistic. His little face is very interesting too. You can almost see the remnants of human in there, right? You can almost see it. I like his little teethy mouth. That's good. Okay, let's take a look at that casting top. This is a reused set. Right? What was this from? This was from... Maybe it has slightly different details though. It might have some different like ornamentation on the sleeves. I do recognize this though. And yet, it's a non-dyeable version. So that would make me think it would be a new set. But it's definitely very similar to something that we have that has this little like half and half collar too. Not Plague Doctor. I think maybe it's like the same general framework as another set, but it's not. Sorry, this is what I dive into. But I think maybe some of the details and texturing on it is different. Somebody will have to tell me. I'll have to look it up maybe even too. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. That's the dungeon done. I guess we keep going. I guess we do the cutscene. I guess we probably kill him, unless this was supposed to be a trap, so... He's not working alone. I can't just imagine that his cohort would just leave him here. So they must have lured us here purposefully.
Tell me one thing, Cagnazzo. A dragon of our world crossed over into yours long ago, but I have felt her presence here again. What is the meaning of this?
I just noticed how those like tubes go into his neck. They look like it's like big veins, but maybe it's like water or...
I dare say what you felt was this.
How can he talk with that mouth? The ether he ate from her, I'm guessing? Her eye! Oh, of course! Oh, of course!
What have you done to Ashdaya?
But that is interesting, because if they can get the eye, can he create a simulacrum so that she could communicate with us through it?
If you want answers, you'll have to get them from Lord Golbez. Assuming you've the strength to face him.
Oh man, we took you down, so... He still was like...
A pity I will not see the plan to fruition. But my part is done. And to fade with the thrill of battle in my heart makes it all the more worthwhile.
Do they not know yet? No, they do know, because they know that Zero wields the art. So they know that they're getting sealed away into Crystal. So maybe he just chose to sacrifice himself for some reason.
Wait! Where is she? Where is my sister?
At long last, I go to join the great flow.
Oh, if they die here, they do end up back in the live stream. Okay, so the plan has to do with leaving this eye behind. Right? Because there's no way those two were like, we'll work in tandem, and then they didn't actually do anything together. You know? So this was all to put this in our hands. Whether he gave it, he defeated us and gave it to us.
By the gates closing, there can be no doubt that he was the one who opened it.
Yeah, or he knew he would die and gave it anyway. Or he came here anyway, I should say.
Ashdaya, I prayed we might meet once more.
She got golden eyes, that's pretty. Sorry, you're holding your sister's eye, bub.
She is likely still in the void. Take heart. We will find her yet.
Yeah, but how are they gonna use this against us? They left it here for like a definite reason.
So what now?
While you discuss how to proceed with your search, I would excuse myself to look around. There may be salvage that we could use at the camp.
So practical,
In that
these
case,
two
I'll
now.
patrol the area for more void scent.
I guess it could also be that they would have chosen this location because
Very
former
well.
void
Let us
scent
take a moment to consider our options.
that came in and out of here would have known about it, as opposed to just there being some sort of big rift or things like that, right? And the dragon song music playing. Okay, well, we're gonna have to see what exactly this all pans out with. But definitely seems like this was their plan. That either Kenyatta would just destroy them and that would be that, and cool, they did it, or he knew he was gonna get destroyed, and that was a big risk that he took, and he was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then left this behind as some sort of part of this trap. Why does he look so defeated? We are closer to finding his sister, are we not? That they should go so far as to use Ajdaya's eye as bait. What could they be after? I mean, I guess they could have just been trying to lure them here to kill them. But that seems too simple. That seems too straightforward. With the harbor, like the harbinger of a plan hanging over our heads. Oh, Ajdaya. I love Ishtola's thinking pose. So, we have discovered the source of the Void Scent outbreak in Garlemald. Gate forced open from the void. The barrier between our worlds is especially thin here, I suspect. Elsewise, I see little reason why the Reapers should choose to live in such a place. Otherwise, I see little reason why the Reapers chose. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Take two. Elsewise, I see little reason why the Reapers chose to live in such an inhospitable place. Even if the conditions are ideal, we're talking about a gate that could pass an archfiend. Opening one so large could not have been easy. In the Age of Alec, Emperor Xander created an enormous portal using a prodigious amount of ether harnessed by the Crystal Tower. In theory, a similar feat should be possible from within the void. One need but have the requisite amount of ether, such as that harbored by a great worm's eye. And its ether is indeed greatly diminished. I guess it could have just been a whoopsie doodle, that they used the eye to come through here to try and fight them on their own home turf. Again, I just feel like there's sneakier things happening, right? In Arden's vision, Gulbez let his archfiends feed upon Ajdaya's ether. If he has also taken an eye to open this gate... She's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine. It does not bode well, I know. Nevertheless, we must remain hopeful and continue our search. What I find curious is why our foes chose to strike now, some 5,000 years after Ajdaya vanished into the void. And while their overarching plan remains a mystery, what exactly was Kanyatsu's part in it that he had finished? Questions. Next time on... Okay, King of the Mountain was referring to Kanyatsu then, not anything else down there. Cool, we can now enter with our trust. I'm gonna have to come back in with everybody else. Questions. Very few answers, but maybe we'll get some in a second.